My family threw a welcome party for my newborn son in their backyard. My mother took him from my arms and said, "You had a kid before your sister. You've shamed us." Then she thrust him toward the bonfire. My sister smirked and raised her glass. "You asked for this, Daniel," she said. I screamed, lunging forward. But what happened next changed everything I thought I knew about family. I'm Daniel Harper, 24, sitting in a quiet hospital room, holding my son, Noah, for the first time. He's 6 pounds of warmth, his tiny chest rising with soft breaths. His fingers curl around my thumb, and my heart aches with a love I didn't know I could feel, a fierce, fragile thing that makes the world sharper. I trace his cheek, marveling at how something so small can rewrite your whole life. It's just me and him right now in this pocket of morning light. And I whisper, "You're my everything, buddy. I mean it." I want to be the dad who shows up, not like mine, who always seemed half gone. Tomorrow, we head to my parents' place in Ohio. Mom called it a welcome party for Noah, but her voice on the phone was all business. No joy, just details about who's coming. My stomach twists thinking about it. Mom's always been about appearances, her house perfect, her life a showcase. Dad's quieter, fading into her shadow, nodding along. Growing up, I was the afterthought next to Emily, the golden child with her medical degree, and Lucas, who could charm anyone. They never got my writing. Called it a hobby, not a life. Still, I'm hoping Noah might crack their armor. Maybe a grandson will mean something. Laura, my girlfriend, is teaching in Guatemala. Halfway through a year, she couldn't pause. She cried over FaceTime when I told her about Noah, her smile shaky but real. "I'll be home soon," she promised. I miss her, but I'm proud she's out there changing lives. For now, it's me and Noah against the world, or at least against my family. I tuck his blanket tighter, feeling the weight of going back to that house, where every room holds a memory of not measuring up. "We'll get through it," I tell him, kissing his forehead. His eyes flutter, and I wonder what he dreams. I hope it's better than the knot in my chest, the one that whispers, maybe nothing's changed. The drive to my parents' house feels endless. Just me and Noah in my beat-up hatchback. He's asleep in his car seat, a little knit cap slipping over his eyes. I keep checking the rearview mirror, half expecting him to vanish. Ohio's fields roll by, all faded green and gray under a heavy sky, like the world's holding its breath. My hands grip the wheel tighter as we near the exit for their town. I haven't been back since last Christmas, when Mum spent dinner listing Emily's latest awards while I nodded into my mashed potatoes. Noah's here now, though. Maybe that changes things. I pull into their driveway, the same gravel crunch under the tires I've known since I was a kid. Their house looms big, brick, with windows that catch the light like they're watching you. Dad steps out, his flannel shirt tucked in, offering a smile that doesn't quite reach his eyes. "Daniel," he says, voice soft, then peers into the car. That's him. For a second, his face warms, like he's seeing something worth keeping. Then Mum's voice cuts through from the porch. "Robert, don't dawdle." Dad's shoulders slump. He grabs Noah's bag, leaving me to unbuckle my son. Inside, the house smells like lemon polish and control. Mum's in the living room, rearranging flowers for tomorrow's party. She glances up, her eyes skimming past Noah to my wrinkled jacket. "You couldn't iron that," she says, not waiting for an answer. I shift Noah in my arms, his warmth grounding me. His name's Noah. "Mum," I say, hoping she'll look at him. She doesn't, just mutters about the guest list. It's like he's invisible, and I'm right back to being the kid who spilled juice on her rug. Never enough. Emily shows up later, her SUV gleaming in the drive. She sweeps in, all crisp blazer and perfume, and gives me a once-over. "Fatherhood already wearing you down," she says, smirking. I force a laugh, but it stings. She's always known how to find the soft spots. Lucas isn't here yet, but I can already hear his voice smooth and sharp, ready to twist the knife. I take Noah upstairs to the guest room, where an old crib sits in the corner, probably dug out of storage. I lay him down, watching his chest rise and fall. "Just you and me, kid," I whisper, but the house feels heavy around us, like it's waiting to judge. Dinner's tense. Mom directing every bite like a conductor. Dad picks at his food, quiet as ever. Emily talks about her hospital, how she's saving lives. I mention Noah's first smile, hoping for something, anything. Mom cuts in. We need more ice for tomorrow. I swallow hard, feeling like I'm disappearing. After, I'm washing bottles in the sink when Emily leans against the counter. You sure you're cut out for this? Daniel, babies need stability, not whatever you're doing. Her voice is soft, but it's a blade. I grip the sponge, water dripping down my wrist. She's jealous. I think her perfect life doesn't include what I have, but it doesn't stop the doubt creeping in. I check on Noah before bed, his tiny snores filling the room. The party's tomorrow, and Mom's got it planned to the napkin folds. I want to believe it's for Noah, for us, but her coldness says otherwise. Dad's face at the car keeps flashing back, that flicker of pride, before Mum shut it down. I wonder what he'd say if she wasn't listening. I sit by the crib, the house creaking around me, and tell myself we'll get through this. But there's a weight in my chest, like I'm walking into something I can't see. Morning comes too fast. The house buzzing with Mom's orders, centerpieces here, chairs there. I'm up early, feeding Noah in the guest room, his gurgles the only sound not tied to her checklist. He looks at me with those big, trusting eyes, and I feel a pang of guilt for bringing him into this. Downstairs, the backyard's transformed white tables, balloons, a banner screaming, "Welcome, Noah." It's picture perfect, but it feels like a stage, not a home. I dress Noah in a tiny blue onesie, smoothing it down like armor. "Let's do this, buddy," I murmur, carrying him out to face the day. Guests trickle in by noon, neighbors, cousins, Mum's church friends. I sit on a folding chair, Noah in my lap, his warmth keeping me steady. People coo over him, saying he's got my eyes, but their smiles feel rehearsed, like they're playing parts in Mom's script. She's everywhere, laughing too loud, refilling drinks, her dress as crisp as her voice. When she passes us, she nods at Noah, but her eyes slide to me, sharp with something I can't name, disappointment. Maybe. I shift in my seat, wishing Laura were here to anchor me. Then Emily steps up, glass raised for a toast. "To Noah," she says, all charm, but her gaze flicks to me, smug. As she leans to clink glasses, her wrist slips, and red wine splashes across my shirt. The crowd gasps, then chuckles, as she apologizes too quick, too smooth. "Oh, Daniel, I'm so sorry," she says, but her lips twitch. Mum's there in a second, handing me a napkin. Her voice low, "Go change, you're a mess." My cheeks burn as I stand, Noah fussing in my arms. I head inside, the stain cold against my skin, feeling every eye on my back. In the bathroom, I scrub at it, my reflection looking smaller than I want to admit. Emily's always known how to cut without a knife. Back outside, Lucas has arrived, clapping backs like he owns the place. He spots me and grins, but it's not friendly. "Hey, Dad of the Year," he calls, loud enough for heads to turn. "How's that writing gig going? Gonna buy Noah diapers with poetry?" Laughter ripples through the guests, and I force a smile, my throat tight. I bounce Noah gently, his weight the only thing keeping me from snapping back. Lucas's words dig in how I provide, really. I'm scraping by, sending half my freelance checks to Laura's program. I look at Noah, his tiny yawn, and feel a wave of shame for not having answers. Mom pulls me to a table for photos, arranging us like props. "Smile, Daniel," she says, her hand gripping my shoulder. I do, but it's hollow, my damp shirt clinging to me. Emily's smirk from across the lawn says she's won this round. Lucas is joking with Dad now, who's nodding along, his face blank. I want to shake him, ask why he never steps in. Noah squirms, and I hold him closer, whispering, "You're enough." But the party hums on, a machine I'm caught in, and I can't shake the feeling it's not about us at all. It's Mum's show, and I'm just the guy who showed up with the wrong lines. The party drags on, sunlight softening into afternoon haze. I'm back in a clean shirt, sitting under a tree with Noah, away from the chatter. He's dozing, his little fist curled against my chest, and I'm trying to breathe through the weight of Emily's stunt and Lucas's jabs. Guests mill around, their voices a dull hum, but I catch Mom's laugh sharp, performative across the yard. She's holding court, not once checking on Noah. I stroke his head, wondering why I thought this would be different, why I hoped she'd see him the way I do. Mom strides over, her smile tight. "Time for the family blessing," she says. Like it's something I should know. "We'll do it at the bonfire tonight." I blink, confused. "Bonfire? Since when?" She waves a hand, dismissive. "It's tradition." "Daniel, don't make a fuss." But Dad's nearby, stacking plates, and his brow furrows. He's as lost as I am. My stomach twists. This feels off, like a plan I wasn't meant to question. I glance at Noah, his peaceful face, and resolve to keep him close. No way I'm letting Mom's show put him at risk. Lucas finds me later, leaning against the porch rail while I change Noah's diaper. "You holding up, little brother?" he asks, but his tone's too smooth, like he's fishing. Then he lowers his voice. "Heard from Laura lately. Long distance is rough. Bet she's got one foot out the door already." I freeze, the diaper tab sticking to my fingers. Laura's emails are steady, her voice warm over spotty calls. But Lucas's words burrow in. What if she's tired of waiting? Of me? I mumble. "She's fine." But my hands shake as I finish with Noah. Lucas shrugs, walking off, leaving me staring at the ground. Doubt gnawing like a splinter I can't pull out. By evening, I'm feeding Noah in the kitchen. The house quieter now. Mom's outside, fussing over firewood with a glint in her eye that unsettles me. Not pride, not love, something colder. I think back to her snapping at Dad, to Emily's wine accident, to Lucas's poison about Laura. It's not just me they're after, it's Noah, like he's a threat to their perfect order. I kiss his forehead, his soft skin grounding me. "I've got you," I whisper, but my pulse races. Whatever Mum's planning with this fire, I'm not letting it touch him. I head upstairs, clutching him tight. The weight of their judgment heavier than ever. The sky's turning purple as I step into the backyard. Noah bundled in my arms. The bonfire crackles, casting long shadows across the lawn. Guests cluster around it, their faces glowing in the flickering light, sipping drinks and murmuring. Mum's at the center, her voice carrying over the crowd, calling everyone to gather for the blessing. I hang back, my sneakers sinking into the grass, every instinct screaming to leave. Noah's asleep, his breath warm against my neck, and I hold him tighter, wishing I could shield him from whatever's coming. Dad's off to the side, watching Mum with a frown, but he doesn't move. I want to believe he'd stop this if it goes too far. Mum's eyes find me, sharp and unyielding. "Daniel, bring Noah here," she says, loud enough that heads turn. My heart pounds, but the crowd's watching, their smiles expectant, like I'm the one holding up the show. I step forward, slow, clutching Noah's blanket. "Let me hold him," she insists, her hands outstretched, nails catching the firelight. I hesitate, my throat dry. She's never asked to hold him before. Not once. He's sleeping. "Mom," I say, voice low, but her glare cuts through me. "Don't embarrass me," she hisses, and the weight of everyone's eyes presses in. Against every fiber of my being, I hand Noah over, his warmth leaving my hands. My chest aches as she takes him, her grip stiff, like she's holding a prop. She turns to the fire, Noah in her arms, and her voice rises, cold and strange. "This family has an order," she says, eyes glinting. "Emily and Lucas were meant to come first. Daniel's child, his mistake, breaks that." I freeze, her words slicing through the murmurs. Guests shift, uneasy, but no one speaks. Emily smirks from across the fire. Lucas's face is blank, but he doesn't look away. Mom steps closer to the flames, Noah limp in her hold. "He needs cleansing," she mutters, then suddenly thrusts him toward the fire, the blanket dangling too close to the heat. "Purification for his blood," she cries. My scream rips out. "Mum, no," but my legs won't move. Terror rooting me to the spot. Then Dad's there, faster than I've ever seen him, lunging past me. He grabs Noah from her arms, the blanket grazing the flames as he pulls back. His sleeve catches fire, orange tongues licking up his arm, but he drops to the ground, rolling to smother it. Noah tucked safe against his chest. I stumble to them, knees hitting dirt, my hands shaking as I reach for my son. "Dad." "Noah," I choke out. Dad's face twists with pain, but he hands Noah to me, the blanket singed but my boy unharmed, still sleeping. I clutch him, tears blurring my vision, his heartbeat steady under my palm. Dad's arm is red, scorched, but he's staring at Mom, something fierce in his eyes I've never seen. The crowd's silent, glasses forgotten in their hands, as the fire roars on, indifferent. The backyard feels like a held breath, the bonfire's glow painting everyone in sharp angles. I'm on my knees, Noah pressed to my chest, his soft weight the only thing keeping me from unraveling. Dad's beside me, his arm raw and blistered, but he's upright, staring at Mom with a fire of his own. The guests are statues, their faces caught between shock and fear, some slipping toward their cars. Mom stands by the flames, her hands empty now, her mouth opening and closing like she's searching for words that won't come. Emily's next to her, eyes wide, her confidence gone. Lucas is off to the side, head bowed, hands stuffed in his pockets. I want to scream, to make them feel the terror I did, but Noah's tiny sigh against my neck holds me back. Dad stands, slow, his voice low but steady. 30 years. Linda, he says to Mom, each word heavy. I let you tear him down, Daniel.me, everyone. No more. My breath catches. I've never heard him talk like this, like he's finally awake. Mom flinches, then snaps. It was tradition. Robert, you wouldn't understand, but her voice cracks. Dad steps closer, undeterred. There's no tradition, he says. Louder now. You made it up to control us, to hurt him. He points at me, and I feel seen, maybe for the first time. Emily steps forward, voice shrill. Dad. She didn't mean, but Dad cuts her off. You helped her, Emily. You both did. Lucas stays silent, his eyes on the ground. And I wonder if he's ashamed, or just scared. Then it happens. Mom stumbles, her heel catching near the fire pit. Her skirt brushes the flames, and a spark catches, flaring up her leg. She screams, shrill and panicked, swatting at it. Emily lunges to help, but her sleeve grazes the fire too, catching alight. I freeze, Noah tight in my arms. As Dad sprints for the hose, he sprays them down, water hissing against the flames, until they collapse, coughing, their clothes singed, but the fire out. Mum's sobbing, clutching her ankle. Emily's cradling her arm, tears streaking her face. I should feel something pity, maybe, but all I have is Noah, safe, and Dad, who finally fought for us. Sirens wail in the distance, red lights flashing through the trees. Guests scatter, murmuring. Phones out. I stand, legs shaky, and carry Noah toward the house, needing distance from the chaos. Dad follows, his hand hovering near my shoulder. You okay? He asks, voice rough. I nod, but my throat's too tight to speak. Inside, I check Noah's blanket, scorched at the edge but whole. He's still asleep, oblivious, and I brush his cheek, grateful for miracles. Outside, police and paramedics swarm. They're wrapping Mom and Emily in blankets, loading them onto stretchers. Lucas is talking to an officer, his voice low, and I catch him glancing at me, eyes heavy with something like regret. Dad sits beside me on the porch steps, his arm bandaged now. I should have stopped her years ago, he says, staring at the ground. I was weak, Daniel. I swallow hard, Noah's warmth grounding me. You stopped her tonight, I say, and it's enough for now. The ambulance doors shut, taking Mum and Emily away, and I feel a strange quiet settle in, not peace, but space to breathe. Noah stirs, and I hold him closer, knowing we're not done, but we're not alone anymore. I wake to Noah's soft coos, his crib tucked beside my bed in a hotel room that smells of stale coffee and fresh sheets. Sunlight slips through the blinds, catching his tiny hands as they wave. I'm sore, like I've run a marathon, but he's here, safe, and that's enough. Laura's back. She flew in last night, her suitcase still by the door. She's asleep on the couch, jet-lagged but stubborn, refusing to leave us. I watch her breathe, grateful for her quiet strength. Dad's in the next room, his arm bandaged but healing. We're a makeshift family, pieced together after everything broke. Weeks have passed since the bonfire. Each day, a blur of police interviews and headlines. Mom and Emily are in a hospital upstate, facing charges: attempted murder, endangerment. Lucas is cooperating, spilling years of Mum's control. His voice was shaky over the phone when he called to apologize. I didn't know what to say, so I just listened. The house is taped off, a ghost of itself. Dad's staying with us. His old history books stacked on the hotel desk. He's different now, sits taller, speaks clearer, like he's shedding a skin he wore too long. Laura stirs, reaching for my hand. "You okay?" she whispers, eyes searching mine. I nod, but the truth's messier. I'm angry still at Mum's betrayal, at Emily's cruelty, at years of feeling less. But Noah's giggle as I lift him pulls me back. We move to a small rental next month, a place with a yard for him to toddle in. Laura's planning lessons for local kids. I'm writing again, words flowing easier now. Dad's talking about teaching night classes, his voice bright with purpose. At the trial, I spoke my piece about Mum's rules. Emily's jabs, the fire. My voice didn't shake. Emily looked away, but Lucas met my eyes, nodding slightly, like he's starting to see me. I think about family a lot, holding Noah as spring blooms outside. It's not the blood we share. It's the hands that catch you when you fall. I chased their approval too long, let their doubts dim my light. That night burned it clear. Love is Dad diving into flames, Laura crossing oceans, Noah trusting me with his tiny heart. I'll teach him to choose who he lets in, to forgive without forgetting, to build a home where no one feels small. Scars fade, but they remind us family is what we make, not what we're born to. Lucas is in therapy now. I'll see him soon. Maybe start smaller coffee, a real talk. For now, I kiss Noah's head, Laura's hand in mine, and feel the weight lift just a little, like dawn after a long night.